So we funded an emergency hotel motel voucher program. What we discovered was that there was a void, that it was really pre-COVID and certainly has been enhanced post-COVID, where uh, my organization, Victim Services, we do fund victims of crime, but not everything that happens to people in a tragic circumstance, for example, would be a crime. There could be some situations that aren't, and I could get into those a little bit more. So the police would find themselves both in Haliburton, Haliburton OPP, City Kawartha Lakes OPP, and municipal police services, would find themselves in a situation where it would be better to be able to put someone safe in a hotel or motel for a night than to simply leave them where they are. So that's why we looked around to see if there's any funding in our community at all. There wasn't. The other challenge was, because of COVID and its impacts, a lot of shelters were shut down, and people weren't able to go there. So the natural place for them potentially to go didn't exist anymore. Well, it gives them that opportunity. So let me give a reasonably specific example. A woman, which is most often the case, is a victim of domestic violence, but may not actually have called the police or have called the police, but a criminal offense hasn't been committed. She just feels unsafe. She needs to get out. She's worried about that. And now police could automatically just contact one of the 3 locations that we have in Haliburton and Kawartha Lakes, and give her a safe place to stay that night. There are other cases where, and it gets a little bit more sad, where sometimes an unexplained death may have occurred in a home, and police need to do an investigation, but it hasn't been classified as a crime. And then where do those people go? So this gives the police another tool in their toolbox of saying, yeah, we can place you here for the night. Victim Services is going to cover it, and they'll follow you up with you with some additional services after the fact. Well, we have, that's a good question. I would say, well, we've stayed open. That's one thing. The challenge of it is that we have a fairly large volunteer base, but because of the the stay-at-home orders and the inability of being able to use volunteers again, with the stay-home orders this past month. So that's been a challenge. It has to rely more on staff, but like a lot of us, we've just tried to pivot and find a new way of doing business, much like our communication right now via Zoom. We are able to do that with some of our other stakeholders in the city and in Haliburton County as well, just to move forward. So I would say it's we've adjusted because we've had to, and some of the things have been quite frankly good. Well, I've probably attended a lot more meetings than I had before, simply because I don't have to drive. So, and that's been convenient. Whether it's in, there's one committee that I meet with in Peterborough that, it saves me an hour and a half of travel and parking and everything else to get to. But I have found that there has been a real resilience within all of our stakeholder groups to make sure that they're able to continue to provide services. Technology has helped us out a lot to be able to do that. So, I think what I've learned about our community is just a real strong sense of resilience to be able to manage, and also, kind of just sitting on the sidelines of people really obeying the rules. Wearing masks, staying home. I'm coming into work every day virtually at the OPP attachment, but certainly there's a significant reduction in traffic, and I think people are really heeding those messages. Well, I think the people need to know that if they need help is there. We're in the victim services. We deal with police a lot, so you can still report things that are happening. If you feel you're in an unsafe environment, We deal a lot with domestic violence. We deal a lot with sexual assault. Unfortunately, really difficult topics and obviously very tragic. But one of the senses is that we have a lot of unreported instances that are happening right now. So for people that are feeling trapped, know that the services are there. The women's shelter is there for you. The sexual assault centers are there for you. We're there for you to reach out and give you help. And there is help. There is money. There are resources, and we can help. So I would say that's one of my messages that I would send out. Well, much of it would be, we're here to help. Mm-hmm. And we're here to help when people need it the most. But part of it too is, some of that help can be preventing someone from becoming a victim of crime, mm-hmm. or preventing them from becoming re-victimized again. So that's part of what this program really does help with, mm-hmm. or just dealing with a tragic, sad situation and just giving them, some hope and a place to go, and then some advice and community resources that can help them moving forward. It just gives them a sense of hope, or hope, period. That and knowing that they have the opportunity to be safe, and then to do some planning, or if it's sadness, that there are people that care, and they're in a crisis mode, but know that they will get through this, and that there are really good, solid resources in our community that can help. We really did appreciate the support that this funding has allowed us to do. I know that our police partners in particular, they saw it as a real need in our communities. So I would just say thank you for the support and the funding.